Hi, I'm Stephen Brown. I'm a partner at Reddy Neumann Brown PC here in Houston, Texas, and I just wanted to provide some reminders about the H1-B cap season. There's been a lot of changes from USCIS, and USCIS even sent us an email a couple weeks ago about a lot of rejections. These rejections can cause a lot of problems where you won't be able to file timely. Remember, the registration window is only until June 30th, so if you have a rejection after that, you won't be able to refile the petition and you'll miss out on this year's cap season. So a couple of the changes, one is the filing fees. There was a giant overhaul of all of the filing fees for USCIS, and USCIS specifically mentioned issues with that. Please ensure that you are including all of the appropriate filing fees and the updated filing fees for any of your cap cases. Additionally, there's new filing locations. The filing locations are no longer listed on the H1B selection notice, so be sure to look on USCIS's direct filing locations for all of the filing locations. So the filing window is going to go until June 30th. There are no exceptions to this. USCIS will reject filings that are filed after June 30th. But don't panic. There's still plenty of time if you're looking to hire an attorney or work with an attorney to prepare your package for H1B filing. But there are some things that I want to make sure everybody's remembered. First off, there's a lot of changes after April 1st. USCIS sent out an email a couple weeks ago about the incorrect filing fees. The filing fees have changed on April 1st. Please be sure your company is submitting the proper filing fees. Your case will be rejected if the filing fees are improper, and if your case is rejected after June 30th, you will not be able to refile the case. Additionally, there are new filing locations. Those completely changed to the lockbox locations, so be sure to check for every petition where to file because it's no longer listed on the selection notice. Additionally, we have a new form version, so be sure you're using the April 1st form instead of the old form. A couple of concerns we've seen here at Reddy Neumann Brown is regarding the passports. People who had expired passports or expiring passports when they did the registration now have a new passport for the filing. On the forms, there's a selection box for you to note the passport that you did for registration, but then you would also want to include the current passport in the filing document, so be sure to include both. Additionally, we've had a lot of questions around cap gap. So cap gap is generally eligible if your OPT and STEM OPT expires and you file a change of status petition prior to the expiration of your OPT or STEM OPT. This will allow your OPT or STEM OPT to be extended until September 30th unless there's a decision on the petition beforehand. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that if you're on OPT and you are able to get cap gap, that doesn't prevent you from timely applying for STEM OPT. I personally recommend you do both just in case there are any issues with your H1B. Finally, let's talk about travel. When you file for an H1B and you file for a change of status, if you travel before it is approved, the change of status will be abandoned and you will have to go for H1B visa stamping. So that's not the end of the world, it's just going to be one more hurdle that you have to take. Your petition won't be denied, but the change of status will. Now, if the change of status is approved and you travel after, but before the H1B is in effect, you're going to end up with an I-94 mismatch because you'll have the H1B approval with one I-94 and the travel I-94, they'll be different. One recommendation would be to travel and re-enter again after October 1st to ensure you have an updated I-94. Otherwise, you may have issues with the SAVE system, which could have issues with driver's licenses or maybe even e-verification. Other than that, again, like I said, there's still plenty of time to hire a lawyer to work with you and partner with your company on filing the H1Bs. And if you're interested, shoot us an email at info@rnlawgroup.com and we'd be happy to talk with you.